Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about Jupiter in conjunct with Midheaven in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy. So what I decided to do is make another series on them, in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Jupiter in conjunct with Midheaven in a natal chart, well, an adjustment, which is the inconjunct, may be needed between expanding horizons and career-related endeavors. One or the other may be overemphasized. The key is to find balance and equilibrium between the two. So it could be where you're dominated by, expanding horizons to the expense or exclusion of career-related matters and endeavors at times, or it could be the other way around, where, career-related matters may monopolize your time to the expense of expanding horizons and going outside the box, so to speak. So, the thing is, again, finding the balanced equilibrium and the harmony between the energies. Now, the thing is, let's say if your, Midheaven is in Libra, as an example, career-related matters, may be tied in, with the law, doing something connected with the legal field, such as working as an attorney, a paralegal, a bailiff, or a judge. It could be something associated with arbitration, negotiation, or art, which can cover wide versions of things, whether it could be drawing, painting, or sculpting, as some examples. And the thing, too, is there also may be an imbalance, which is the inconjunct aspect between activities associated with in-laws and foreigners, which is Jupiter, and the dominant parent, which is often the father, which is the midheaven. Now, you may be dominated by activities with one or the other. So, it could be where, the activities with the in-laws and foreigners may monopolize your time, and you may not devote enough time, to the dominant parent, again, which is often the father, or you may be so, immersed and involved with activities with the dominant parent, again, which is often the father, to the expense or exclusion of, activities with in-laws and foreigners. So you have to, again, find, the balance, the harmony, and the equilibrium with the energies. So, let's say, for example, if the, midheaven is in Aries, as an example, the dominant parent, again, which is often the father, may actually be an Aries sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be, somebody, that's aggressive, assertive, forceful, courageous, brave, pioneering. Could also be very abrupt, impulsive, impetuous, and even, combative and quarrelsome as well. Now, another thing, about this aspect is that there may either be, too much or too little exuberance and enthusiasm, which is Jupiter, for, matters connected with one's livelihood, which is the midheaven. So, sometimes you may have an exorbitant amount of enthusiasm and exuberance for career-related endeavors, for matters connected with the livelihood, and other times you just may seem apathetic in matters with them, and not even, show any, be very stolid, not show, any, kind of enthusiasm or exuberance connected with them. So again, it's about finding, the balance, having the right amount of enthusiasm and exuberance for those things. Now, if the midheaven, say, is in Taurus, as an example, career-related matters may be going about in a very, methodical, deliberate, and plotting manner. It may be something Taurus-related, such as carpet laying, geology, architecture, agriculture, gardening, cultivation, farming, something associated with art, music, as some examples. Now, another thing about this aspect is that, authority figures, older people, again, and the dominant parent, again, which is often the father, which is the midheaven, may either very much be really very much in agreement with your philosophies and beliefs, which is Jupiter, or maybe exceptionally adversarial to them. So it could go one way or the other. When you have an inconjunct in astrology, it can be a lot of, vacillation and distortion of energy. And the thing is, now let's say, if your Jupiter, is in Gemini, as an example, you may have a very, flexible, diversified, kind of belief system. It may involve, being communicative, articulate, just communicating in general, being versatile, well-rounded. But, and that's, as an example of that. Now, Jupiter in Leo can have, some philosophy or belief of simply being confident, self-assured, gregarious, being able, to do things, to be, for recognition, to be lauded and praised, as some examples. Now, another thing about, Jupiter in conjunct the midheaven in the natal chart, it may also manifest in either expressing, a tremendous amount of benevolence and goodwill, toward those aforementioned people. Again, authority figures, older people, and the dominant parent. Either a lot of goodwill and benevolence may be expressed for them, or there may be times where you have, you just don't show any, whatsoever. I mean, it's, the thing is, let's say, Jupiter is in Aquarius as an example. Benevolence and goodwill may be expressed. It could be, humanitarian, altruistic actions, things maybe with computer repair or helping somebody, through astrology, those people through astrology as some examples. Now, another thing, too, is that, Jupiter-related people may either be extremely in agreement or very averse to, the qualities you have that are difficult to suppress, which is the midheaven. Now, if the midheaven is in Capricorn, as an example, those qualities that are difficult to suppress, maybe, excuse me, maybe ones that are being ambitious, consistent, structured, disciplined, responsible. It could be those that are very career-oriented, having ability to plan, be premeditative, but also maybe very exceptionally serious, or sometimes even melancholy, or depressive and overly negative and pessimistic, as some examples. So, those people, the Jupiterian, related people may either, be seeing a lot of the positive in that or a lot of the negative at times. And Jupiter-related people, can include, in-laws, foreigners, people involved in sports, the outdoors, publishers, philosophers, people involved in religion, as some examples. And also, too, you may either be, exceptionally optimistic, which is Jupiter, or you may be overly pessimistic, just the opposite, and just in attempts to accomplish things in general, which is the midheaven. Now, if you have, say, the midheaven is in Pisces, those things that you may be trying to accomplish and achieve may be tied in with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, anesthesiology, or something connected with the metaphysical, which includes astrology. Also, too, there may be times where you are very, easily, able to promote your business if you have one, which is the midheaven, and it could be through, through publishing or advertising, which is Jupiter. And then there may be other times where it just goes completely in the opposite direction, or there may be tremendous difficulty in doing so. So again, you could have a lot of that vacillation of energy with the inconjunct aspects. So let's say if the the midheaven is in Sagittarius, as an example, those things that you promote, associated with your business, maybe something connected with the outdoors, sports, camping. It could be something with religion, or something associated with printing press operation, advertising, publishing, as some examples. Of the midheaven, say, as another example in the zodiac sign Cancer, it may be business connected with food, cooking, culinary, restaurant work, real estate, home remodeling, renovation. It could be something with, plumbing or laundry business as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learned saying stay well.